Hello and welcome to this bright sunny morning. I don't know how long it's going to last, but yeah, back into a really nice period of weather after a bit of a wet weekend. Anyway, today we have a Electrosound 414 from about 1947, I believe, just after the war. It's a bit of a mixed bag. I've had it for probably 15, 20 years now, and I used it quite a bit originally, but yeah, it needed a recap and all that sort of thing, and it sat on the shelf for quite a long time. I've been meaning to do this for quite a number of years, but I haven't got around to it. And I'm sort of dredging through the bottom of the pile, as it were, at the moment. Yeah, so let's get into it, and yeah. Okay, so this is it, the Electrosound 414. It's got a good dial on it. The transfer or whatever it is beginning to peel, or it's shrunk or something, and that's because I'll just plug it in and turn it on. I don't know whether you can see down there. I'll turn this light off or down or something. Yeah, it does work. Yes, so down there we have a little light, and yeah, so AW, XY, AK, and that's the end of the dial. Then the racing station, KZ again, DB, UZ, next one is 3LO, I think, yep, and then AR, and that's the end, supposedly. And I've noticed in the back that the dial on the other side of this circle is marked in the Sydney stations. So yeah. Okay, so I'll bring you around the back. Now, I've had this radio for quite some time. This was a really early one, and it's got, yeah, it was in the office for quite a few years, and it's got the old Telstra things on it, a big fridge magnet. It's actually very heavy. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm just trying to position this so you can see, yeah, you can see through there between the tuning gain. You can see the lights or the light and the slots. So yeah, so you can see the dial turning there. You can see the bright spots when the station ID comes up. Yeah, so it's a metal cabinet, not Bakelite, not wood. Other than that, I can't find the schematic for it. You can see that the base is really quite thick. These terminals are, believe it or not, original. So I've seen I've seen photographs of other Electrosound models with yellow and green ones also. It has been worked on. I'll just turn it off. You can really feel the heat coming off of that. Yeah, it's got a roller electromagnetic speaker on it, and it's got a hardboard base. So it just looks like there's the two screws at either end which hold the chassis in. So we'll do that off camera. So this has got to be the simplest radio inside I've ever seen, I think, for a 4-valve job. And yeah, there's not very much in here, as you can see. Yeah, we've got the aerial coil here. We've got a lamp there which has been replaced. It's not switched on, by the way. Got this wire here which goes, maybe that's a turntable input on there. There's a capacitor here, a paper one, and of course I've lost my pointer. Oh, there it is. Your head this morning. So here is a paper capacitor, and there's one up there. There are two electrolytics. This goldy coloured one. This camera. This goldy coloured one, and there's one down here. Neither of them look particularly good brands. It's a Neato, and this one is, oh yeah, it's a UCC, so that's not particularly good. And these are two Ducon ones. Now this one is 0.47 I should say, and this one is 0.01. So this won't take very long at all. I'm going to take it outside and blow it out, I think, because this is pretty dusty in here. Yeah, actually there's another waxy down in there and one over there. So it's got 4 wax capacitors and 2 electrolytics. What's this one? Is it a capacitor or a resistor? No, that's a resistor, 6 watts. So this won't take very long at all. This sort of, I don't know what this is, some sort of shield of some description. It's only got one IF can, as far as I can see. There must be the oscillator there. Wow, how cheaply made. Really don't need a No, there's another IF can there. So we've got the big one up here. This one up here, and we've got another one down, where was it? Yeah, that's the oscillator. Yeah, down there. Wow. Okay, looks more like a kit set one, doesn't it? And I don't know why they made this chassis so high, because they could easily have put that capacitor on, that coil on its side, and this up on top, I think. Yeah, there's space up on top for that. Very strange. So, don't know whether I can bring you in and see that, but it's got this plate, this light, and I don't know whether you can see through there. Along this plate here, and they're all the Sydney ones at the top there, and the Melbourne ones are down the bottom. So they just obviously turned that around. So SM, CH, UW, KY, UE, EB. Oh, yeah. BL, FC. Yeah. Okay. So as I say, I'm going to take it outside and blow it off, and I'll be back. Well, it's been cleaned out a bit, but it's still pretty filthy on the top here. There's all dirt down in the valve sockets and everything. So you can see, yeah, big lumps of dust on it, and yeah, I mean, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it's, yeah, just pretty filthy. It's been out in a garage or something like that. So yeah, it's just dust. So this is a 6G8G. That is a 5Y3. Then we've got a 6V6, and this one, I'll move it around a bit, is a 6SA7. So yeah, you can see how filthy the valve sockets are. So they will need a thorough cleaning out. The speaker is actually in pretty good condition, except I always thought these were a 5-inch, but they're a proper 6-inch speaker in them. And it's got a little bit of a tear here. You probably can't, in fact I can't hardly see that. So, oh yeah, you can just see that there, goes up through there. What else can I say about it? This dial plate is just tin. And if I bring it around this way, you can probably see the stations through there. It's been restrung with pretty heavy cord, so I'll need to redo that because there's only one. Oh no, there's a proper number of turns around there. So it's pretty loose though. It's got a non-original spring on it by the looks of it. It's going to be pretty difficult. That's pot metal. And I blew this out with the big air compressor, not the little one. And still filthy. Oh, that's really disgusting down there. But I'll get to this. And that's just sitting on there. Okay. So I'm going to sit up like that. Be really careful with this because the dial on it, I don't particularly want to take the dial out. Yeah, okay. So I shall start to recap it. Oh, and just looking at the outer cabinet, you can see that it's made of metal. It probably was red originally, this colour, because the one on Radio Museum looks black, but I've if you saw last week's video, yeah, these come up black on the camera for some reason. So it doesn't have its original speaker cloth, and this has been put in with sticky tape too, holding that down. This board is new, and the bottom board has got Phillips screws in it with these rubber feet. So it's far from original, but these are very, very rare, in Victoria at least. Well, this is really interesting. I've changed 2 caps on it. This really bad nitro one. Nitro chicken denki, Japanese cap, I think. And yeah, this 0.1, which is just a grid bypass cap. And turn it on, and the racing station has moved from up around 3AW yeah, so I thought this was the Central Victorian station, because it's around dB on the dial here, but it's actually the racing station's moved from dB, which is here, KZ, and it should be up around about there. So it's moved perhaps an eighth of the dial round or something like that. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So it's going to need a thorough alignment, obviously, to get the stations back in order. Yes, so it's back where it should be, but as you can see, I'm turning this around and it's not altering the station. So I think I've lost it now. Where's it gone? Yeah, it's right down at UZ, so I think the dial is actually slipping. It's not connected properly. So I'm moving the tuning dial and the station is still there, so yeah, okay. So I've worked that out. So this one has been replaced. And this is my very last 047.
Check out this offer. This Saturday, the races 1 to 4 at Caulfield and Rose Hill. Use your bet returns, and if your horse runs second or third...
Yes, it's not particularly loud. I've had much louder radios, but yeah, that back plate with the stations on it, there, that's just spinning around. It's not actually doing anything. And I think the dial cord is just too loose. So the next thing to do is actually set it up for an alignment. Right, so as you can hear, we've got the 455 modulation. Now, I'll just see if this improves it or something. No, I'm assuming this is the oscillator. Seems to be fairly well on. So we may as well just tweak up the antenna while we're at it. Gee, that's tight. And yeah. And this one's really tight as well. So I'll have to use the metal one. It's a stupid design, this. How are you supposed to do that? Right. No, nothing's doing anything. So we'll adjust this. It might be the oscillator trimmer down there. That hasn't been adjusted ever. So there is just some original paint on it. Well, that doesn't seem to be doing much either. And this one has been adjusted. Not getting anything out of this at all. That is really super tight. Okay. Now this one has been adjusted and it's all sort of mashed up. Don't know whether this will do anything. Okay. Now that should be the oscillator up here. That's one turn. So I'll put it back where it was. Now this is working, as you can see, the needle is moving. Okay. So the next thing to do is this over to... this is going to be hard. Okay, so 600. This tuning going the way it is. No, I'm going to have to restring it. Yeah. Now that is not fully open. So I'm just going to peg this up a bit. Down. It looks like it's pretty much in alignment. So we'll leave well enough alone, I think. That means it's not a particularly sensitive set. I might try the top one. Okay, I forgot this one down here before I turn it over. Yeah, that's about the peak. Or is it? Still going up. Just a minuscule. And down again. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll do the other side. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I'm happy with that. So just have to restring it and get all this gubbins to work. This has sort of come apart. Seems to have tape or something on it. It's a really thin piece of aluminium. I think the this is just been sticky taped back together, and this black tape is sort of shrinking and moving all this in together. So that's fairly... I thought it was just a water transfer, but it's not. Right. Wow. As you can see, there's tape on this. Yeah, oops. Yeah, so we've got this plate with the station stamped into it, and this has been pretty much, yeah, it's really thin and flimsy. but it doesn't have to do very much. It's got a groove in there though. Yeah, it's got a groove in there, and that would actually... Yeah, it does. It is designed to go in that groove. This is the radio that keeps on giving dust-wise. Oh, okay, and that's in a slot. So is the back one. Bet you we can move this forward. This is turning into a bigger job than expected. It's not good, but it's not too bad. I might leave this string on here and try and move the whole gubbins forward. Is that welded or no? Just that back screw, I think. And it's definitely in the slot. So, when we get to the other screw, down here, yes we can. Yeah, it looks like there's no washers on this, and there has been, so someone's taken out the tuning gang at some stage. That is really tight. So what I'm going to do, given that it's 5:45 in the evening, I'm going to put a couple of drops of put a couple of drops of that I was going to say Loctite, I can't think of the word. On it overnight, because that is, yeah, that side is rusted. This side isn't too bad. Sometimes it's best to leave well enough alone. And what the devil is that? It's got string on it. As I was tightening up this screw here, it was bringing this forward and dragging this screw along, and yeah, this is pop metal here, and unfortunately it is pulled out. In fact, it's cracked on this side as well. What a bugger. Yeah, so it's pulled off this piece up here, and of course as you tighten it, it's got nothing to tighten against. So yeah, I tried soaking it last night in penetrine and to move this forward a bit, but yeah, it's not cooperating, and I've stripped, well, I've not stripped it, but I've mashed up, where is it? Yeah, this screw here. I've completely mashed that up. So, but as you can maybe able to see, be a bit careful here. Yeah, this screw was further along here, and it has been removed. As you can see, the where the washer was. Yeah, so someone has really stuffed this up, and it's the same on the other end. So what's gone from a small job has turned into something much bigger. And I've tried to clean up the chassis, but as you can see, it's pretty nasty. Yeah. So it's gone from a working radio to something which you can't actually use anymore. And this is really the radio which keeps on giving dust. There's a big lump of dust in here now, even though it's been blown out twice and I've used the brush and everything on it. Yeah. And it's not strung up properly either, even though I've tightened the spring on it. Must have a couple of a loop around or something like that, rather than directly down, even though that covers the full half circle of it. Yeah, still not right, and it is meshing up properly and everything like that, so, or it was. Yeah, I've stuck that on with blue tack. I'll have to JB weld that in, I think. I'll have to find some sort of solution for this eventually. I'll have a good think about it. But it is in workable condition. Because this is supposed to line up across there, and the raised pieces on the actual tuning, I don't know what you call that, the boss or something like that behind it, they're supposed to slot into these on the plates, and then, yeah, so that's supposed to go around, but even with the thick blue tack on it, it's still rubbing down here. And it's not even alignment. It's sort of off. Yeah, I just can't. Might have to drill those out or something. Okay. It's absolutely freezing out in the garage. Went out there this morning to find something else. And yeah. So I'm going to put this back together again and button it up and put it back on the shelf for another 10 years and not use it. So yeah. Okay. So thanks for watching, and something will go right for me eventually.
He's a lightly raced 7-year-old that's had a few issues. Resuming here at a distance is probably a bit short. I'll be fair. 4 winning witness race last Sunday, like it needed the run, and 2 for no.
Well, I put it back together again and did a temporary fix on it, and it does seem to want to tune. But I won't play around with it too much. There's only one station up here anyway, and yeah, got to find a better solution for an AM transmitter. Yeah, I'm not convinced about this radio, to be honest. When I was putting it back in the cabinet, I noticed that the shafts were right up against this, and there's no movement at the back at all to adjust it or anything like that. All show and no go really on this one. I'll get out the shortwave version of it, which looks a little bit more robust and more conventionally designed. Remember, this was designed in 1947, so they were designing this straight after the war. Finally found that bit of pop metal. Yeah, don't know whether you can see that. Yeah. So I'll keep that. Yeah, so it looks nice, and it's got a couple of quite nice features like that dial down there, but the construction of it is yeah, a bit haphazard. I think the shortwave version is built not long after this, so yeah, maybe. Okay, so thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching to the end of the video, thanks for, what does he say, subscribing, thanks for liking. And that's off of Project Nigel. I've also got another channel called Project Nigella, where I work on, well, I take the rover for a drive, but obviously I haven't done that for very much in the last year. Okay, so bye for now.
Hello. I wonder if you'd mind having a look right now to see if you have a current radio and TV license, Oh, don't worry, go ahead, I'll keep an eye on the telly. I'll let you know if anything happens while you're away. Oh, you're back. Any luck? Oh, that's good. So comforting, you know, because there could be a knock at your door at any time. And if you didn't happen to have a current radio and TV license, you could be up for a very heavy fine. So embarrassing. Anyway, now you can get back to your televiewing with a clear conscience. Or can you?